Marlene Estelle and A.D. De Silva have always wanted a little brother or sister for their daughter, Adelina. Instead, what they got was a nightmare because of a Texas anti-abortion law.
I get so angry that I was treated this way because of laws that were passed that by men who have never been pregnant and never will be.
Estelle's nightmare started out as a dream come true. After months of trying, she became pregnant late last summer.
We were super excited because we didn't think I could get pregnant.
But at an ultrasound 2 weeks later,
she said, there is no heartbeat, there is no viable pregnancy.
Estelle asked her doctor for a standard treatment, a surgery to remove the fetal remains. She says her doctor refused. That surgery, commonly known as a D&C, is the same procedure used to abort a living fetus.
She said, well, because of the new law that's passed, you're going to have to get another ultrasound for me to be able to even do anything for you.
Overwhelmed emotionally and physically,
the pain would get so severe it would be hard to walk.
She went to get a second invasive ultrasound at an imaging center, describing it later in a YouTube video.
Someone shoves a wand in my sensitive area and tells me, hey, you lost your baby again. I shouldn't have to go through that twice.
So you had to hear it twice that you lost a baby?
It's gut-wrenching. Sorry.
That's okay.
Because you already know what you're going to see. It's just like seeing it twice, being told that you're not going to be a mom.
Even after that second ultrasound, would your obstetrician give you the surgical procedure?
No. No.
Estelle had to go get yet another ultrasound showing her dead fetus. So you were walking around carrying a dead fetus?
And just emotionally carrying it around and just knowing that there's nothing you could do, it just feels very, it's like I can't grieve or move past it because I'm just walking around carrying it.
Dr. Lillian Shapiro has been an OBGYN in Atlanta for more than 30 years. When a woman is walking around with a dead fetus for weeks because she can't get a surgical procedure, what's the danger to her?
She can develop an infection that can make her sterile and never able to have children again.
Or even worse,
when the baby dies inside, the baby starts to release parts of its tissue that can get into the mother's blood supply. It can cause organ failure. It can cause death.
In Texas and some other states, a doctor who does the right thing and surgically removes a dead fetus could be vulnerable to an expensive lawsuit.
Any private citizen can walk in the court and say, I think Dr. Smith performed an abortion.
And citizens are incentivized to bring such cases. They can win more than $10,000. And even when doctors can prove the fetus was dead, the doctor still has to be responsible for their own legal fees.
They're going to lose even though they win. And that's the chilling effect. They face this specter of potentially endless, ruinous litigation that they just can't stop, they can't avoid, they can't preempt.
As I spoke with Estelle, I thought back to how between my second and third children, I had a miscarriage that was handled very differently. They saw there was no heartbeat. They did a D&C. It allowed me to move on quickly and get pregnant again. And then I got pregnant again, too.
Right, and that's great. And that is the story that we want to hear from people.
Estelle was not so lucky. She did finally manage to find a doctor to perform her D&C, but it took 2 weeks. She worries the nightmare could happen to her again. Are you trying to get pregnant again?
No.
Why not?
I'm worried about getting infected, have something happen to me, and then my daughter's left without her mom.
Now they're contemplating moving away from Texas, away from their extended family, just so they can try to get pregnant again. Elizabeth Cohen, CNN, Conroe, Texas.